Morning, welcome to Resource Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. Thank you for liking and subscribing to my channel. I want to continue on with the series of wargaming pandemics, and I want to throw some names out to you for you to look up, find them on YouTube, and decide for yourself if I'm telling you the truth or am I missing the mark. I want you to look up Dark Winter, Operation Dark Winter. That's when it was under Bush administration where they were wargaming smallpox diseases. Also, Crimson Contagion. Now this is where they start elevating the wargaming into viral pandemics long before COVID hits the United States. Okay, so this is years before this, but Crimson Contagion, wargaming pandemic. Look that up. It's on YouTube as well. Now, we're getting into reality where this is a plandemic. And they have war game this out scenarios. And one of the actors in this here, Tom Daschle, who wanted to nationalize our health insurance, and he was a senator, I believe, from North Dakota. Also a major player in this plandemic is Bill Gates. He's up to his eyeballs in behind the scenes as to what's going on and vaccines. He's a major player in this, as well as the pharmaceuticals. So in Clade, Clade-X, this is before the COVID hits the United States. Clade-X war games a coronavirus that is in China and is accidentally released or whatever, contracted by a tourist who comes back to the United States and infects people, and a pandemic hits. I want you to look that up, read it, watch it, do whatever you think is best. But when they start saying lines, and these actors are reading from a script, when they start making statements that are almost repeated verbatim by the president and his cabinet and healthcare officials, almost verbatim from a script 2 years earlier about what we're short, what we need, where this virus came from. It is absolutely sinister, and I truly believe this is called a plandemic. These two are not coincidences. There's too much alike, too many similarities, and too many words that are repeated identical. So you have Clade-X, and then right after that ends, you have Bill Gates as well as Johns Hopkins University hosting another wargaming scenario called Event 201. And this is far more detailed and far more realistic as to what a pandemic will do to the United States. And they have got this down to a science and to a T. And if you pay attention to the date of when this wargaming scenario happens, hosted by Bill and Melinda Gates and Johns Hopkins, it was less than 4 months before the COVID hit the United States, and everything said in Event 201 has happened and is happening now. And I want you to be aware of it and watch it and make evaluations for yourself. One of the things that I made in a statement yesterday about the fall of America that I don't think I hit quite on the head, but it is still a very real possibility. When you watch these wargaming scenarios, these pandemic scenarios, they all said the same thing. Major deaths in the United States, collapse of the economy, But what I didn't see and what I hadn't learned yet is they want to collapse our healthcare system so that the government takes it over and nationalizes it and rations your healthcare because there's shortages of masks and vaccines and respirators, and we were almost there. We still aren't there. But these people already knew what was coming, and miraculously, they had a vaccine done in a matter of 6 months instead of years. Isn't that just quite the coincidence? So the part of this wargaming pandemic is 1, collapse the economy. 2, collapse the healthcare system by flooding it with uninsured people. I'm one of them because I can't afford the regular healthcare premium. And number 3, cause disruption to the workforce, causing people to either lose their jobs because they refuse to take the vaccine, can't go back to work because of the results of the pandemic. I'm one of them. I'm still hooked up to this oxygen. And now we have open borders with unskilled labor to fill the workforce. And now this administration is laying off skilled nurses, doctors, first responders, police, and military. Sounds like a government potential takeover for me. I want to bring that to your attention and saying, hey, art is now imitating life. And Hollywood has taken its cue from these pandemic scenarios, wargaming. They actually made a couple movies, Contagion and Outbreak, which are almost word for word what they wargamed, and they made them into movies. We're in big trouble here, folks. The next thing that's coming is collapse of the economy according to the wargaming. It's coming. Get yourself right with God. Get baptized. Greg out.